All right, we made our climb out of the shelter area and just get a great view right away. Got an open field with some ridges in the background. That's a nice way to start the day. It's probably just a little bit after 7 o'clock right now. Well, good morning. It is June 12th, I suppose. And this is day 36 on the trail for me. It was a nice shelter area yesterday. It's just a pain to get to. Bourbon was saying, and he started in Springer in Georgia. He said that was the toughest shelter he had to get to. Most shelters aren't that far from the trail. This was about a half mile from the trail, and most don't have that extreme of a descent to get to, or then a climb to get out of. But once you got there, it was great. Good water, lots of places to put your stuff. Our plan today is pretty simple. Now that we're on the trail, it's just about 4 miles into the town of Salisbury. I think there's a couple of things along the way. I seem to recall something about a thumb, maybe called Tom's Thumb, which I'm assuming is just some big rock in the middle of the trail. I think they called it a glacial anomaly. So at one point there was probably a glacier that covered this area, and it dropped a rock there that doesn't belong to to the rest of the rocks in the area. And then I think there's one other view along the way. And then we'll be in Salisbury for the rest of the day. And I'll be sure to get some pictures of a couple of the places that we might see. I know we're going to stop and try and get some coffee and a hot breakfast. Got to do some shopping. And then rest the rest of the day and see if we can find someplace decent for a dinner. So as always, when I see these interesting things, I'll grab a picture or some video. And here's what the trail looks like right now. Alright, so this is called the Giant's Thumb. I said Tom earlier, but this is glacial erratic. I can only assume that means that a glacier, placed it here, and it wasn't supposed to be here naturally. This is known as Billy's View, because this is a nice view to the southwest. You can see all these houses in between the trees and ridges to the south. All right, so we're at the hostel. It's been run by an older woman. Her name's Maria, Unfortunately, she's been ill for a while. And is basically in hospice now. Her grandson is still running the hostel for her, and is still allowing hikers to stay here. It's a nice place. If you think of your grandma's home, your grandparents' home, it's kind of like that. There's pictures of grandchildren all over the place, and books, and an old-fashioned kitchen, and a nice place. And so I hope she recovers and is able to help out more hikers. And it's a nice place, and Ed's doing a great job taking care of the hikers in her place. So we got to, we walked around a little bit here in Salisbury. It's a nice little town. We stopped at the one inn, and it was it's a 4-star kind of hotel in the middle of this town. We just got coffee, and I got a bagel. And then we went to the local grocery store, and again, nice store. A little pricey, but I was able to get a resupply out of it. And then we went back and got our dinner from there. Just grabbed a rotisserie chicken and some bean salad and something for dessert, and some beer. So it worked out well. Looking like tomorrow we are going to be back on the trail. We're looking at basically 70-ish miles over the next 4 days to our next resupply, which will be, I think, still in Massachusetts. So I think we'll be in Massachusetts. But I think we're looking at 13 miles tomorrow, and then 20 the next day. I might have 70 wrong. It might be a little bit less than that. I don't know. It's tough to remember and track, sort of day to day what's going on. But all is well. It was a nice, relaxing day. We just sort of sat around the house, showers, laundry. I sprayed my clothes, my socks, and some of my clothes with permethrin to try and prevent the ticks getting on me, or if they do get on me, to prevent them from attaching. I found a few so far, but I think the preventative measures that I've taken have helped some, and so I'm going to continue on with that. So otherwise, like I said, it's just been a sort of a relaxing day. I had to stay off our feet most of the day, and just kind of recuperate a little bit, because the trail is challenging. We're gonna have some climbs coming up tomorrow, and some miles. All right, so that's about it. Thanks to Maria and Ed for hosting us tonight. As always, if you've stuck through to the end, I appreciate it, and I will see you again tomorrow on the trail.